Imagine this. It's finally your turn to take over the family business. Now, you have high hopes for this family business because it's been passed down from generation to generation of your father, your grandfather. But what if there's a problem that comes around? Something that would jeopardize that business that you're finally starting to get that's been in your family for generations. Maybe very discouraging, right? Well, today we're going to be talking about a problem that could jeopardize the American dream as we know it. If you're not directly affected by the economic hard times that we've had over the last couple months to a year, business owners have felt this thing, especially small business owners. You may think it's not relevant to you if you haven't seen it, or you might be very dismissive, but let me reassure you that with all small businesses, the economy, everything that you're used to when it comes to buying and selling goods and services, is going to be very effective. And one thing I want to bring up is that ever since the pandemic started, 44%, 44% of small businesses have seen a decrease in employment and shopping. So today, we're going to be speaking about the ways we can help the small businesses and also the ways we can combat COVID-19 and also the way as citizens we can help the small businesses and stop our favorite business from becoming bankrupt, right? So I'm going to start with the importance of small business. When you think about business, the first thing that comes to mind is usually corporations, right? Something big like Coca-Cola, Pepsi. But while you think of that, you have to remember that even though the small business, when you look at it as small businesses, it makes up the whole spectrum. In other words, 99% of the economy of the United States is completely small businesses, which means that 99%, if fail, can crumble the whole economy. Scary to think about, right? Well, also, the US has seen 30.7 million registered small businesses since 2006, which means it's only gotten bigger before the COVID. And when we talk about how us citizens can help towards this, there are many ways, and we're going to go down the steps and see how we can help. All right. As many people may know in the audience, SBA loans, which has been all over the spectrum when it comes to helping out the small businesses and also helping out private contractors as well. Well, not a lot of people know that those SBL loans, you have to pay back with the interest. So how can we help with that? Write to your local legislators. Like, let's say if you're in Los Angeles, Hollywood area, you're in District 24, you're gonna write Maria Sanchez will be your legislator. You will write to her about the importance of your favorite business, X business, and you would ask if you would grant them forgiveness for the SBA loan, which would help them, especially going into the economy after COVID-19, after the loss of profits. And there's also many ways as well. It doesn't have to be that small. You go a little bit more bigger, as in New York City. There was a gentleman by the name of David Pontroy. David Pontroy started the Barstool Fund, which means that each and every local business who he has personally loved that has been affected by COVID-19, he started a fund from his own profits of his own business, which isn't really considered a small business. That's why he's helping out the smaller business because he knows the significance of it. But the Barstool loan is basically a loan it's a loan that pays out monthly for eligible small businesses, those with 4 or 5 more employees still on payroll, those with active employees on payroll, as in reoccurring, and those who still go by the code, who do follow the COVID-19 precautions. And each and every month, he tries to reach out to these business owners. And as he reaches out to them, he tries to see how he can get more profit in their pockets, get more profit, get more customer service, get more customers in their stores. And once he does that, he tries to wane them away from the Barstool Fund. That way they can be more self-sufficient now that COVID's starting to get a little bit better. But until then, they still have it as a safety net, which is still smart thinking. And you might be thinking, well, maybe I don't own a multi-million-dollar business to start a Barstool Fund for my favorite small business. Well, there's also many other things you can do without adding that on. Going into small things that you can do, the number one thing, very effective, word of mouth. If you advocate for your favorite small business, for your average local business that you go to daily, your voice will be heard. If, like I said before, speaking out to legislators, letting also community outreach, which is also the biggest one, because the Barstool Project actually started as community outreach. So you never know who's listening. You never know who can help out the situation of you and your favorite small local business. All right. And without a doubt, of course, make sure you're always shopping small business. Shopping local, word of mouth helps, but if you do it every day or every time you do need to buy groceries or use services, shopping local, you make sure that you keep the same energy going in to the problem, and once you would solve it at a lower level. All right. And also adding more on to what you can do. When you do push for, when you do reach out to legislators and your local countymen, when you ask about outreach, the best thing to do is go down to your town hall, check out the meetings, make sure you listen, make sure you see who's advocating for who. And if you see, which most likely, especially around this time, those who are advocating for the Small Business Association or small businesses in general, ask if you can volunteer. Ask if you can ask extra lending hand. You never know who you can help through that way by getting your feet in the door of those who are helping. That way you can help your local small business who's your favorite as well. And, without a doubt, during this pandemic, it creates a huge difference between small and big business, because smaller business have less to work with than the bigger business, who are a little bit more lenient when it comes to federal mandates. But I do believe that these small steps can definitely help us save the Small Business Association, small business around the United States. It takes one of us, but it takes all of us to go each and every way. From small, me and you, word of mouth, shopping there every day, to larger business owners with funds at hand who can help and who will help. So yes. So in conclusion, hopefully you're hearing me out. Hopefully you know that there is no action too small when it comes to this, when it comes to fundraising for small businesses and advocating for small businesses. And all of us can come together and we shall save our economy. This is Gregory Jones signing off.